WCBI News at 6 starts now.
Good evening, everyone. Lee County supervisors now say it should be up to the school district to completely pay for 6 new school resource officers.
This after the district already agreed to pay more than $250,000 toward the cost. Allie Martin has more on the funding dilemma and a possible solution.
Lee County Sheriff Jim Johnson and School Superintendent Jimmy Weeks were back before the Board of Supervisors, updating them on possible funding for 6 new school resource officers. A federal grant that would have paid for 3 of the officers was denied.
And we're back here asking if the board is going to allow us to move forward with this project or not.
The Lee County School District budgeted half of the project, totaling $280,000. Sheriff Johnson asked supervisors to amend their budget and kick in the same amount. That would place armed, trained officers at all campuses in the district. Supervisors believe this financial burden falls on the school district.
I think it's the school board responsibility to pay this so we don't have to raise the taxes on the citizens anymore. They're probably sitting there with the reserve on board in their account.
Superintendent Weeks says the district has already agreed to pay what it can.
If Lee County schools were able to fully fund those 6 additional officers, we would have already funded them and they would have been in place in August when school started. Funding for governmental entities and local entities, it's tight everywhere. We realize that. But student safety and the safety of our teachers and our school staff, that is of the utmost importance to us.
We do not want an incident to happen here and us then figure out we should have done this. Prevention is something that you can't put a monetary amount on.
Although supervisors took no action, the board president and chancery clerk came up with a possible compromise. It would have the county paying $259,000 for 3 officers, with the school district picking up the tab for training and equipment, and there would be no tax hike for county residents. In Tupelo, Allie Martin, WCBI News.
Supervisors are expected to discuss the proposal during their next meeting. That is on November the 5th.
Lowndes County deputies make an arrest in a shooting earlier this month. 21-year-old Dante Perry is charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault with a weapon. He was arrested this morning. Perry's bond is set at $30,000. The shooting happened at AJ's Grocery on Land Road near the Columbus Air Force Base. Chief Deputy Mark Miley says Perry fired several shots into a car that had 2 people inside. One of the victims was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Surveillance video and other evidence was collected at the scene. Perry remains in jail.
The man accused of breaking into 4 businesses and an ambulance in Macon is indicted. Jackson Tyler Hunter was indicted on 4 counts of burglary of a commercial building and 1 count of burglary of an automobile. Prosecutors claim he broke into a restaurant, a supply company, tire shop, and Prairie Meat Company on February the 9th. Investigators called in the Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics after drugs were taken from the ambulance that serves Wcbi General Hospital. Macon police also found multiple cash registers, narcotics, and tools with Hunter when he was arrested. Officers identified the Wcbi County man and his vehicle in security footage. Hunter is out of jail tonight on a $25,000 bond.
A new school with a specialized mission opens in Lowndes County today.
Riley Livingston got a chance to tour the new facility. She joins us in the studio now with more on it. Riley.
Andrea, Mill Creek has made the move from Starkville to Lowndes County, and its new campus has more classrooms, a gym, and a better place to learn for students. But that's not all this school has to offer.
Mill Creek has a new name, a new look, and an expanded mission to serve more students.
We just recently relocated from Starkville. We were Starkville Day Treatment. Now we're Mill Creek Golden Triangle Day Treatment, and we serve kids in the Golden Triangle area. We have kids that are referred through Child Protective Services and also the surrounding school district.
Mill Creek works with children who have trouble functioning in a regular classroom setting.
Most all of the children either have an emotional disability or EMD ruling as a SPED child, or we do have seen some more in the autistic spectrum or IID children, which are individuals with developmental delays.
The kids that are here need much more intensive services than the public schools are able to give them at this time. and so they send them to us.
Their goal is to get them back on track and back in class.
What we try to do is get them ready and transition them back into the regular school. We want to help them with their issues and their problems and then get them back into the mainstream. We transition them back to where they'll come a couple of days a week with us, a couple of days a week with the school district, and kind of ease them back in over 3 or 4 weeks.
Mill Creek operates like a regular school, just a little more specialized and with more individual attention.
We use a software system, they're smaller classroom size. We provide psychiatric services. We have a psychiatrist that comes here at least once a month to see the children, provide medication management. We have nursing staff that here, a nurse that's here 24/7 to provide medical assistance if need be in any capacity. So we provide whatever therapies that the team pretty much determines that child needs.
If parents are interested in their kids going to Mill Creek, they need to talk to their school district and their special education director.
All right, Riley, in our studio with that story.
All right, time to turn things over to Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. He joins us with a nice fall-like first look. Keith?
Yeah, it looks and feels like it, Joey. We have some clouds rolling on in right now. It looks like it's going to rain, but we don't really have any showers in our area. There's some activity aloft and back to the west. The air down here where we live right now pretty dry, so a lot of that coming our way is falling apart. Can't rule out a stray sprinkle here, but notice the cloud cover coming on in. We had a lot of sunshine earlier, and now variably cloudy. Temperatures falling down into the 60s in most spots. If you're heading out to high school football, no major worries here. 60s, then some 50s. So that's our evening forecast. I'll be back with the rest of the 7-day coming up.
Pilots from across the country will be descending on Winston County this weekend to help build a new tradition.
Our Victoria Bailey takes to the skies at the Louisville Winston County Airport. She's on the ground now and live in the studio with more. Victoria?
That's right, guys. The Wings Over Winston Air Show is making its 5th landing in Louisville. The show highlights every area of aviation, but in order to get the show like this off the ground, I'm told it's all wings on deck.
The Wings Over Winston Air Show is gearing up to soar another year.
Well, it's all happening right here at Louisville Winston County Airport. We're really excited. We've got great weather. We've got some of the finest pilots in the country coming in here, and we're going to have a lot of visitors coming in by here. I'm going to guess that by this time tomorrow, we're going to have about 35 or 40 airplanes on our airfield here.
The gates open Saturday morning at 9, and the air show officially flies off at 11. Pilot Greg Kuhn says he's ready for action.
I got all my stuff. I got a current practice in. That I'm feeling right and get a good night's sleep.
He says he wants to make sure everything goes well because you never know who's looking up.
You're entertaining people, and in the course of entertaining people, you're turning kids on to flying or a new interest that they could have. Basically, I'm hopefully sparking some interest like someone did with me one time.
This year's show almost didn't happen. Louisville Mayor Will Hill says thanks to the community partnerships, all takeoffs are set.
And it really started as a celebration of our airport and all the progress that was being made. We have a very progressive, active airport board. In recent years, we've celebrated a new terminal building, more air traffic, new hangar. So it's really been an evolution. This year, we partnered the city, the Chamber of Commerce with the airport board to make this one of our premier fall events.
The show is free to the public. KLMS Louisville Winston County Airport Manager Mike Forrester says he hopes everyone takes full advantage of this world-class act.
We've been steadily growing from a couple of thousand to 3,000 people. I think we'll top that tomorrow because our weather. It's cool, it's beautiful, it's going to be a blue sky day, so come on out and join us.
Now, thanks to sponsors Wings Over Winston Air Show's parking and transportation into the show is also free and open to the public.
Hot or mild with beans or without? How do you like your chili, Joey?
I like them with beans. Tupelo is cooking up something for everyone's taste. We have a live look when we come back. Welcome back. You might say it's a spicy evening in downtown Tupelo.
Chili is on the menu, and our Allie Martin is on the case tonight. He joins us live now with more.
Hello, we are here in downtown Tupelo, and there is music and the smell of chili in the air. It is the 19th annual Chili Fest in downtown Tupelo. And look right here, I've got a special guest with me, You usually know him as Alex Farnett. He's head of Park and Rec here in Tupelo. They've got a really neat booth here, and today your name is?
Garth.
Garth, all right. What is the theme of the Park and Rec booth here at the Chili Fest?
We are doing the 80s theme tonight.
80s theme, okay, and that's what the hair is. So this is, you used to listen to the 80s music back in the day, right? Who was your favorite band?
Oh gosh, Aerosmith, Cinderella, Rat. I mean, I could go on and on.
You look like those hair band guys, absolutely. Now this is a fun thing. You guys, Park and Rec, have won a couple of awards here at the Chili Fest in years past, right?
Yeah, we've been doing this for 8 years. We've won Best Chili one time, and we do the Rowdiest Get Up, and we just love to have a great time and, you know, and support downtown.
So people can come out until 9 or 10 tonight. $10, all the chili you want. Lots of booths here. There'll be awards and stuff. Take us out, Garth.
Yeah, come on.
All right.
I can't compete with that. I can't. So there's our SkyCam Network. Your forecast is next.
Your first alert forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
In Tupelo today and really everywhere else, a lot of sunshine this morning. As we went throughout the course of the afternoon, notice this deck of clouds right there. Here it comes, getting closer and closer and closer. And now we are overcast in many spots across our viewing area, but overall we're looking at a pretty nice evening. Going underneath the clouds, we don't really detect a lot of rain. Now there are some sprinkles and some showers being detected by radar. A lot of this is probably staying in those clouds. Can't rule out a stray sprinkle or maybe a light shower here this evening. Most of this moisture down to our southwest is going to fall apart as it moves our way, but you know what? If you head out this evening, don't really expect any major problems. It's a cool one out there, 67 in Columbus and in Tupelo, 58 up there in Little Rock. As we get into tomorrow, a lot of low to mid 70s here, cooler northwest, a little bit warmer 80s down there along the coast. Now look at what happens on Sunday. We'll start to see some southerly winds. We should see some widespread 80s here, maybe some 90s to our south. So another really warm day for us. You thought you were done with that. But it's coming on back for Sunday as we close out the weekend. Better rain chances through Monday to our northwest. Can't rule out some rain here locally, but for this weekend, if you do have some outdoor plans, odds of rain are fairly low. We're down into the 50s here tonight and back into the 60s and 70s for our day on Saturday. If the clouds hold tough, a little bit cooler north, a little bit warmer if we do see some more sunshine farther to the south. Saturday football in Tuscaloosa, kickoff at 6 o'clock. Low 70s here by the fourth quarter, variably cloudy 64. But if you're venturing to Little Rock for the Ole Miss Arkansas game, look at that, 50s and some rain showers expected here during the evening. So not the best of evenings out there in Little Rock, but it is fall. That's typical weather for this part of the region this time of the year. Here's our 7-day, 74 tomorrow, 85 on Sunday, back into the 60s and 70s Monday and Tuesday. Some of those numbers could be even lower depending on this front coming our way. Rain chances, though, early next week. There's your forecast. Let's go to Tom in Boonville.
Welcome here to Boonville, Mississippi, the site where we're anchoring our coverage for the biggest game of the week event of the high school football season. We have reports from everywhere coming up next in sports.
WCDI Sports with Tom Ebel is brought to you by your local Ford dealers. Go further.
Welcome here to Boonville, Mississippi. We're actually at Northeast Tigers Stadium right before they run off the field. Let's take a look at the North Pontotoc Vikings. This is our main event for the game of the week. Man, it doesn't get any bigger than this for Region 1 3A. Folks, they're both undefeated. Boonville Blue Devils, here's the Blue Devils. They're warming up, getting ready to go for the biggest game of the week possibly yet. Two undefeated teams, both undefeated in the division. This could end up deciding that division. But man, we're just getting started here for the game of the week. We got a three-peat, trifecta. So many great games around the area, so many games with so much on the line. Speaking of on the line, there's a sign right behind me that says, "Pucker up and kiss your win streak goodbye." That comes thanks to the Boonville cheerleaders, and of course referencing North Pontotoc's 2 years since they've lost a division football game. They'll look to keep that going here today, but two undefeated teams, 15-0 between these two teams. It does not get any bigger than this. But I'll tell you what gets even bigger, a 2A North half rematch over in Winona. We're going to send it to WCBI Sports' Courtney Robb with a report for the Tigers and Wildcats.
Yes, Tom. So I'm actually here in Winona because we don't have just the one game of the week. We've got a couple more on top of it. And like I said, I'm here at another one. Winona getting ready to play Calhoun City tonight. Man, is this going to be a big matchup. Winona right now currently undefeated. And their last big game, I would say, was probably against Water Valley a couple weeks ago. That was also a game of the week. And they won that by just an inch, 21-20 in that game. So this game definitely going to be a big one compared with that one from a couple weeks back. Calhoun City also been playing so great this year. Right now they are 5-3 on their season, and we can expect them to come in tonight and do some great things. The last time that Calhoun City actually won against Winona was a couple years back. It was in 2016. So you can expect that game to have some impact. It was on the road, so we know that Calhoun City isn't uncomfortable playing here, but we'll have more coming up tonight on the End Zone. Now we'll throw it to Jonathan Filippo with another game of the week.
All right, Courtney, thank you. It is a beautiful, cool, crisp evening here in Starkville tonight as the undefeated Starkville Academy Volunteers get set to take on their rivals from Columbus in the Heritage Academy Patriots. Now, coming into tonight, Starkville Academy has won 19 consecutive games and winning that 3A state championship last season over Indianola Academy. Meanwhile, tonight, also, you look at Heritage Academy. They're coming in winners of 3 straight and coming in with a 6-2 record. Now, both of these teams, they split the last 2 meetings, with Starkville Academy winning in a nail-biter last year at Heritage 17-14, and Heritage won right here in 2016, 26-17. Now, coming up tonight at 10, we'll have highlights on our End Zone show, along with many other games in our coverage area. So we hope you can tune in. But for now, I'll send it back up to Tom and Boonville, as undefeated 8-0 Boonville gets set to take on 7-0 North Pontotoc in an undefeated matchup with our other game of the week. But for now, I'm Jonathan Filippo reporting here in Starkville.
We want to call it for the game of the week this week. We've got Boonville, North Pontotoc, Winona, Calhoun City, and Heritage Academy at Starkville Academy. It doesn't get any bigger than that, but it may even get bigger statewide. Some games all around the state of Mississippi. West Point at Olive Branch. Olive Branch is undefeated. That could be the division championship on the line. Starkville traveling to Madison Central. Another huge division game for the Yellow Jackets, trying to stay towards the top of Region 2-6A. And also, what are we talking, like a half hour from here in Boonville? South Panola visiting the Tupelo Golden Wave. Another, just big games everywhere, all over the state. Division play is here. We're getting oh so closer to playoff season. And man, it's week 9, folks. We're almost to that point. We're talking seedings here. North Pontotoc and Boonville, again, undefeated. Winona and Calhoun City, they're not in the same division anymore, but that win could propel either one of those teams to a North Half final later on. And then Starkville Academy trying to keep that win streak alive against Heritage Academy. Man, make sure you tune in tonight at 10 on the End Zone. It's going to be a heck of a game. We're going to have highlights from 23 different games. Don't miss it, I promise. Reporting here in Boonville, Tom Ebel for WCBI Sports for the last severe forecast day.
Saturday looking pretty good. Our high school football game's looking pretty good. Now, I know 85 there on Sunday is coming on back for a day. That heat, a little bit of humidity, but that goes away, it looks like, next week. Another front coming our way. A chance for some showers here, probably in the northwestern counties, perhaps Sunday. Better chance for all of us in the Monday and Tuesday.
All right.
There you go.
We're all looking forward to lower electricity bills
This
for a
is
while.
true.
Yes, I
Very
know.
True.
No heat, no AC.
You can sleep with the windows open. All right. Thanks for joining us, everyone. Have a good night.